We want to blame so many people for all of our problems. We see the sickness, we see the pain, and we just want to blame. But the reality is we're all part of one grand system, highly interconnected. In some ways, we don't have individual agency. In some ways, we do. But to blame people who are completely conditioned to do what they do for the problems that we have is misplaced anger. I think that the real way to heal from all of the pain that we're experiencing as a society is to own the fact that we are sick, to own the fact that we are suffering, and begin to confront that at a larger systemic level. To feel the pain of people in our society who are deeply hurting right now. Not just to try to solve it, make it go away, but to feel it, that it's part of us, that pain. I think that is the suffering that transforms us into more aware, conscious, considerate human beings. And it's hard. It's hard. When people are complaining and saying, oh, the white people are responsible for all this pain. White people like me don't want to own it. We want to run from it. We want to close our ears and go, no, 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 no. I didn't do that. It's not my fault. Not my fault. Not my fault. And it's not my fault. But it is our responsibility. And so if I don't listen, if I tune it out, then I'm not owning it. I'm not dealing with it. And that becomes accomplice to it in continuing in the same fashion of suffering. And we can't do that anymore. I think that if we feel into what we are as human beings, how interconnected we all are to each other, that as we move as a society, we are one grand beast. And as we attack each other, we are individually weakened. It's through understanding our relationship to one another, our relationship to the whole of civilization, that we can actually begin to heal. And through healing the sickness of the American experience, we can be a force of good, of health to the rest of society. If we do not heal, then everything we do, no matter how virtuous, will come with it the poisons that we are carrying. If we go into the world trying to sow democracy and fix nations in civil war, we bring with it our own sickness of hyper-individualism, hyper-capitalism, hyper-consumerism. These ideas that we've enthroned, hyper-technologyism. These ideas are hurting us. They're inherently hurting us because they do not respect the ultimate religion that human beings need to be involved with, which is our nature. Who and what we are as human. As progeny of Mother Earth, we have to deal with the systemic nature of all things. The interconnectedness of all things. This is where most spiritual traditions stem. And to demonize the nature religions is foolish. They are the roots of all of our religious traditions. So let's just begin to listen to one another, begin to slow down and feel what's really coming through the collective consciousness, because it's needing our attention right now, a lot more than our devices and even our friends. We need to listen in order to heal, so that any actions of altruism will actually be good for the world.